good good kind of test taster with bring up Superman, let's
Okay,
talk about the other side of the DC universe
let's do it.
with
Gotham.
Batman.
Yeah,
Yes, Gotham. We're going from Eternia and Metropolis to Gotham.
let's go.
And literally the wait, hold on. These are the
Uh,
skies in Metropolis.
yeah,
These are the skies in Gotham right here.
let's go. Let's do it.
We're gonna talk about uh, Detective Comics number
Oh,
27.
oh my God. As classic as they come. Let's
Yes, like
go.
like you, Daniel, this is a
Yeah.
first printing of Detective
First.
Comics number two. No,
Whoa,
no,
that's
I'm
a.
joking. I'm joking.
Oh my God. I was like
No,
about to. How's that even sell?
we're,
Buy a house? Like, how's that?
we're,
I'm like, what are you
get some
doing with an
health
original
insurance.
print, bro? Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's your retirement money. But no, that's cool,
I
man.
know, right?
Yeah,
It is beautiful. This is a
it
reprinting
is.
they did
Yeah.
um a while ago of like a back when Loot Crate boxes were a thing.
Okay,
Um
okay.
this was for an anniversary of Detective Comics number 27, and I found it over at this place in called Blast from the Past in Burbank, which
Okay.
awesome place.
Yeah,
Freaking great place. On
yeah.
Magnolia, and I
Right.
got it for really good price for the quality. It's like I got it for like uh what, $7 or something?
What?
But
That's
yeah,
good. That's
dude.
nice. Even for a
And
reprint, that's pretty good.
yeah, and it comes with an uh, certificate of authenticity right here,
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
you know,
I was
as a
gonna say
reprint and
that's 10 to
everything.
25 at least, but yeah, $7, that's good, man.
I
That's
saw it on
good.
eBay
Uh,
for $100.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's definitely worth a lot more. Even the reprint is worth more than freaking $7. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
That's a good deal,
So
man.
go to Blast from the Past.
Yeah, for sure. For
Is
sure.
the point. But
For sure.
this is I hold it as if it were from 1939 because
Yeah,
I
right, right,
love this
right.
cover. Look at
Yeah,
this.
virtually it is. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Th-
That's a
This is what
fantastic.
we're
And Cape Crusaders kind of modeled a little bit after this a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean
So
they're definitely trying to merge modern storytelling with this era of Batman,
right, 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 right.
Um
For sure.
where
Makes
where
sense.
Batman, yeah, absolutely, where Batman was definitely more of a like we talked about earlier, a pulp hero.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
before we even talk about the significance of this issue, the historical significance, it
Okay.
transcends pop culture, comic culture. This is
100%.
historic, this book.
Correct.
I do want to mention that it is not just a Batman book. It's Detective Comics, so there are other stories in here. Like it's like it says right here, 64 pages of action, and there are other comic books in this collection right here. And I
Yeah.
just wanted to name a couple of them because what's funny
For
is
sure.
that the Batman issue, which is the first issue in this book, it has actually some of the cruddiest art
Really?
compared compared to some of the other books
Yeah.
like Speed Saunders, Ace Investigator, and The Killers of Kurdistan by Fred Gardenier. Um,
Yeah.
that I mean the art, but I'm gonna put it up here and everything, but I'll show you, Daniel, right now.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
some of the art up in here is very, inspired and very cinematic and everything.
Right.
Um, there's just a lot of really cool stuff going on. There was this one that I really dug. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Come on, page turn. Buck Marshall, Range Detective by Fleming.
Yeah.
Look at this art right here. It
Oh
it's
yeah.
really
It
they're doing
looks
the whole
good.
Western vibe.
Yeah. But then you
Yeah.
get to the Batman and the Batman's bland. It's like bland. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's very kind of two-dimensional. I mean, I'll put
Right.
up some art right now and everything, but here,
Right.
Daniel, check this out. This is very, it's almost like what
Yeah.
Charles Schultz used to do,
Yeah,
where it
right,
was
right,
very
right. Very charged.
two-dimensional and
Yeah.
flat,
Exactly.
like
That's what I was gonna say. You could tell it's 2D, right? Like like they're very much 2D type of thing, you know.
yeah, I mean there are some iconic um
Shots
there are
for
iconic
sure.
shots here, of course,
Yeah,
and
yeah, for sure.
there
Yeah.
right there is the first appearance of Batman right there
Yeah.
in the
Wow.
costume. which is very similar to in '89, the movie
Yeah,
where he shows up,
yeah,
Um,
it's very similar to that.
freaking fire. But yeah, I just wanted to bring up some of the other book like Spy is in here.
Hmm.
You got books like oh, you got a whole afterword right here of kind of like what the magazine is trying to do, death on the airwaves and everything. And
Right, right.
a lot whenever this book is brought up, that's not an element that's usually brought up, is that there are other comic books and issues that were attached to Detective Comics,
Well,
which is
yeah, I mean,
crazy.
it's crazy, but that was a style then. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even Spider-Man, right? Like the a lot of different heroes were introduced in like an amalgamation of comics. Like there's yeah, like a collection of detective comics, action comics,
Amazing Fantasy, Timely,
amazing fantasy, exactly, like Tales, what are the other ones?
Tales to Astonish.
Tales to Astonish, right? And even the back in the day, not just the noir, but the horror comics were very popular, and they were very much a
Yeah,
collection of stories like Eerie, and what are the other
Tales from the
ones?
Crypt
Tales
also.
from the Crypt. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
it was kind of like to be expected. It's a way that the comic book companies were able to test heroes, right? So then you put them in these things, and then if they do well, then you know that you can make their own run, right? Like you can have a Batman run depending on if the Detective Comics sells, right? So
yeah, yeah. And Batman is, I mean, there's a reason he's on the cover. He's the premier character,
of
and
course, of
I
course,
because he's got an instantly iconic look to him.
right?
He's look at him on this cover. He's like
Yeah, he looks like a
swinging, grabbing a
gangster.
fool. You
Yeah,
know,
he's a gangster,
this guy a
dude. Like,
monster? What's up with the Batman,
yeah,
dude?
hell yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
I absolutely
so
love it.
sick.
And if you think about it, Amazing Fantasy, the issue that Spider-Man's introduced, they're kind of paying homage to this. This
Yeah,
is
a
the
little bit, right?
groundwork for it.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit. It's yeah, that's true. Like the structure of the cover art is very similar, you know?
yeah, I
So
love it, man.
yeah, it's awesome.
As for the story regarding the Batman issue, um, they're kind of it's very basic. It's a very short issue and everything. And there's no
Yeah.
super villain. It's literally what we're seeing in this new show where Batman is going after mob figures, corrupt politicians and everything, you know.
Regular dudes trying to make a living,
Yeah,
they might
right.
need to steal a little bit and then he like paralyzes them, you know?
Yeah. Beats them.
Go
Beat them
Batman.
bloody.
Yeah.
I love that the opening scene is where it literally here, let me it's the home of Commissioner Gordon, who at the moment is entertaining his young socialite friend Bruce Wayne. And they're just chilling.
Yeah, yeah, they're just kicking it. That's
They're
so
just
funny.
kicking it. And he's
Yeah.
like, hey, what's going on, Commissioner? Anything crazy going on in Gotham? It's like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I got a call. Oh, someone got killed. Hey, you want to come with me?
Yeah.
You're not doing anything, right?
Yeah,
You know?
it's so funny. It's like just it's story for story's sake, you know what I mean?
Yeah, literally. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, it's like they could have been. They're smoking right now with their pipes. They're probably smoking some weed up in there. Like they're so casual about it.
It sounds like they're smoking weed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you doing anything tonight?
Yeah,
No.
you do. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's a murder. Want to come see a dead body? You know what I
You
mean?
want to
Like,
come see a dead body, bro?
whoa, man, whoa.
Whoa, dude, I'm surprised in the moment when they go to the crime scene and Gordon's showing him the body. He literally has that look on his face. He's still smoking his pipe, and he's just like, all right, well, I gotta go now.
We can't waste the weed, you know. So
No, you gotta. I gotta go outside, finish this,
right, right, of
finish
course.
this hit, bro.
Oh
But
man.
what's cool about this book is that, um, and it must have been mind blowing back in '39 when it came out, is
Hmm.
that the reveal of Bruce Wayne as Batman is it's saved until the last panel of the issue where it's like, and then and to cap it off, to get you guys coming back, the socialite was Batman the whole time and everything. You
Right.
know, it's
Right.
such a it's not only a mystery in the story, it's a mystery for the audience reading, you know.
Right.
And
Right.
I love it, you know. I love that this is very much like it is very much like Sherlock Holmes, where he's kind of this guy who gets off at being at the crime scene and everything, you
Right.
know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
absolutely love that, you know. And
Yeah.
he uncovers a conspiracy. He saves a dude from a glass jar like mechanism that just falls over him with a wrench.
Oh,
Pulls out a
yeah.
wrench and just it's like you're free now.
Yeah.
And
Very
the
rudimentary,
villain,
very rudimentary
yeah.
vigilantism, you know?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It's funny how like we know Batman to be such a brutal character and
Right.
like with his fists and he knows every martial art known to man and everything. But here it's just like he has like the figure of like a boxer and he knows like
Right.
to how to flip someone, how to counter someone very lightly. And
Right.
the villain at the end of this of the issue, and I'm telling you, it's really such a quick read.
Hmm.
Um, he falls into a vat of chemicals, but it's very clearly not the Red Hood. You know, it's like falling into chemicals is just like, you
A
know, it's
thing.
like a standard thing.
It's a
Gotham City.
standard thing for yeah. So yeah, then we had the Red Hood that fell, and then there's the whole
Yeah.
Joker lore. Is he Joker? Is he not? Like that's the whole. And then they do it again,
It,
right? In '89, then they do it
yeah.
again. Yeah. So
It's all stemming from here, but
yeah,
the what you'll probably appreciate, Daniel, in
yeah.
this when the guy's falling, he's like falling to his death, presumably in this acid bath. And the
Mm.
guy behind Batman, the guy Batman saved, is like, he's falling right into the acid tank. And then Batman says, a fitting end for his kind. And then just splash.
Yeah, yeah. Ruthless, dude, ruthless. See, even he was down for he was down like the no kill rule, even he didn't agree with it. So
I,
debate over,
ridiculous.
debate over. Debate over.
Honestly, if
Yeah.
anyone has a problem with that line in Batman Begins where he's like, but I don't have to save you,
Yeah.
take it up with the first issue.
The
All
first
right.
issue, Batman did it. Batman agrees with himself. Killing's okay, he says.
Not only did he say, hey, that's, you know, not only did he just go for killing, he said, you know what? That's probably for the best that he went out that way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It's wild. And a vat of acid, dude. It's not like he just just got rid of put an end to his misery. He
Yeah.
that that's sick, bro. That's like sick. That's like
That's
sick.
RoboCop shit.
That's RoboCop right there. Like, whatever, dude. you know?
What is the future with Doctor Doom? And more importantly, who will be cast in the role? And now it's Robert Downey Jr. I'm not 100% sure how to feel about that.
Well, we talked about multiple characters that have been around for a long time and are going to kind of stay, you know, have a legacy at this point and everything. We talked about like first crossover for you, first appearance of something like Batman, something as iconic as Batman.
Mhm.
And how do you think their legacies will evolve as comics continue and as films continue, entertainment, you know, as it grabs them and everything? How do you think that these characters are going to change?
Well, it's funny that you asked that because I want to say, obviously, I have my theories and I can have my speculation. But the cool thing about comics, especially, I've taught like a comic book course in the summer for like younger kids, um, but there is no way of knowing. That's what's so cool. It's like all we do know for a fact is that they will constantly evolve, right? Like that's all
Mhm.
we do know. But we don't really know how they're going to evolve, and that's what makes it all so exciting. That's what makes it all so cool. And what I mean by that is even here, even in this podcast, we talked about it, right? We talked about how they used to listen to Dick Tracy and Batman on audio tape, like through the radio, right? And then from there, then we got black and white movies, and we got these comics. We have the golden age, the silver age, the bronze age, and then we got the 90s, and then what did that spawn, right? Like we went from 89 Batman, Adam West Batman, all the way to Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson's The Batman, right? Now we
Mhm.
have the Joker, and even that, think about it, Joker 2 is evolving. It's going to be a musical. I'm intrigued. Am I super excited? I don't know if I want, but I am intrigued, right? But that's what's so cool about comics. What if eventually we're watching audio comics, but in a with a virtual reality headset? You know what I mean? And so to basically, we're in a comic. You put it on, you click on issue number 3, whatever, and then you're like in the comic. I have no idea. I have no idea how it's going to evolve. All I do know is that these characters and these comics constantly evolve, and they will continue to evolve. I mean, we went from Spider-Man and Dolph Lundgren's Punisher all the way to now we have Blade, Tobey Maguire, and then in the X-Men movies, and now we have a full-blown MCU, dude. Now and
Yeah.
from the MCU, it evolved into the multiverse, and so it keeps going, and it's little by little. Before we know it, it's going to be on a different level that we have no comprehension of right now. It's just going to take a lot of time, right? But then they're going to look back on us like me and you, and they're gonna, fans 50 years from now are gonna look back at me and you, and they'll be like, oh my god, like that's how they experienced the comics back then. Like, Jesus, that's crazy. Kind of how we look at the guys that were listening to Batman on the radio, like literally on the radio, they're listening to an audio comic, and we look at them like, dang, that's prehistoric, and I feel like it'll take longer time, but eventually people are going to look at us, comic book fans are going to look at even this podcast maybe and be like, man, that's ancient. Like, you hear those guys talking about these crossovers in the 80s and this and that. Like, this is insane. This is crazy, So all I know for a
Yeah.
fact is that it will evolve. How it will evolve, I'm excited to see it, man. It all intrigues me, so I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's such a great point, is that the definitions of these characters will kind of change, and
Mm-hmm.
not like crazy, but if we're
Right.
looking at, for example, the first appearance of Batman, you
Right.
know, a lot has been added since, a
The
lot of
lore.
aspects of his character have been altered since, and kind of the definition of what that character is about has changed,
Right.
and it's changed gradually,
Mhm.
we even know the origins of the character's creation better now than we did back then.
Right.
It was Bob Kane and Bill Finger.
Right.
Officially, legally they have to say with Bill Finger, but really, I mean, Bill Finger was such a influential part of
It was
why
Bill.
Batman. It,
Yeah.
it was, I mean, come
It
on,
was Bill. Yeah,
it
it
was
was Bill.
Bill.
Bill did it. Yeah.
Bob was there to collect some checks, but
Yeah.
Bill was the godfather of this
Yeah.
genre in many
Yeah.
ways,
Definitely.
and to think that just those aspects of the comic book character that deal with real life are still kind of unraveling. It is unknowable, but like, we kind of have, what, 80, 90 years worth of history to kind of give us some inkling as to what it could look like. The
Yeah.
definitions, how people respond to the characters emotionally
Right.
will change. People are either going to become more emotionally connected or less, but they're
Right.
still going to be around, right?
Right. I mean, they're iconic for a reason. There's legacy for a reason. Even again, even within this podcast, we're talking about He-Man. He-Man, the
Hmm.
first mini comics, it was very much like Conan, right? A wandering barbarian. And then as it fleshes out into the later 80s, into the early 90s, then we could start getting the lore of Eternia. We start getting the lore of Hordak, how he's connected to Skeletor, but that means we're bringing in She-Ra, right? And so you get a full-fledged universe of the Masters of the Universe, right? And so
Yeah.
it all evolves even within a decade, even 2 decades. It can, we got the Lundgren movie, and hopefully we talk about another Masters of the Universe movie eventually. And so, there is no way of fully knowing, but it's cool that we see this gradual way, and we're living in it, right? We're living in
Yeah.
the tail end of one generation. We live through another, and then we're living in the changes that are happening as we go. Is really, it's really interesting. But I've always loved that it's basically our modern myths, right? And the mythos is being added to the canon, the lore. It's constantly evolving and changing and growing. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. I love it all. So I'm here for it.
Yeah. Also, just real quick before we wrap it up,
Mhm.
I will predict that in the coming years, very soon, uh, these characters, the definitions of them will definitely change because a lot of them are going to enter the public domain, Superman
Right.
and Batman being included. So people are going to get
Right.
their hands all over them and alter what they are, you know? And
Right.
part of me is very worried because of things like Winnie the Pooh, horror films, you know?
That's right.
But also it's hopefully these characters will become a little democratized. Oh, it's Ace, the Bat
Yeah.
Hound.
Oh, it's eight. Yeah, it's Bat Hound right here. No, this is Nala. Say hi, Nala.
What's up,
Hi, Nala.
Nala?
Hi, Nala.
Uh,
Yeah, super cute.
you made it to the first
We
issue.
made it for the issue. Yeah, first issue. Tolerate comic. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Well, Daniel, since you were last on, you have started Daniel Rumbles. So you want to tell
Yeah,
everybody about that?
yeah. So you could catch me on stuff I'm gonna be trying to post on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, or X, but it's all under Daniel Rumbles. So you'll be able to find all my stuff, clips from here, from Bumbling Cinema, a lot of crossovers that we do, and you'll be able to see them on Instagram, YouTube, X, TikTok. But yeah, it's all under Daniel Rumbles. You'll be able to find me. So
Catch Daniel when we make our own Batman movie in 10 years.
hey, there we go. Yeah. It's coming. Don't worry,
It's
people.
coming.
It's coming.
It's All
Yeah.
right. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for embarking with me on this new journey. This is very
Yeah.
exciting. I've been looking forward to this for a while. And hey, man, I'm glad that we tolerate comics.
Yeah, me too. I'll tolerate them from now until I can, right? But yeah, thanks for having me on, man. This is really fun.
Of course, guys, thank you so much for listening. Please do the regular YouTube stuff, like, share, and subscribe. And please look up Daniel Rumbles, because he's gonna be really killing it soon when he really gets on the grind set,
Yeah.
as it were. And
Yeah.
you'll see Daniel again soon on this channel
Yeah.
for sure.
All right.
I'm really excited. And yeah, next issue is coming out in 2 weeks. So
Okay.
really enjoy, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one, stay safe, and goodbye.
Peace out.